I got some tea to spill, so if you're ready to chill, take a Jill pill.
Hey, it's Jill. Welcome back. You know it's Jill by now, right? I'm just clarifying. Thank you for coming back. Episode 2, guys. I mean, I'm not going to say what episode number it is every single time because that's going to get redundant and boring, but it's still early on, right? So I got to fill the space. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for listening to episode 1. I got some really, you guys are too nice to me. Too nice, honestly. I mean, you send in a lot of questions, a lot of responses. One of my favorite things was Carolyn and Jim, my friends Carolyn and Jim. They sent me a Marco Polo video, like responding to Take a Jill Pill episode 1, and they called it We Took a Jill Pill. And they like responded to all of my stories. And it was like the highlight of my week. So thank you guys all for sending in your responses. It's like I'm just talking out to the ether, you know? So I appreciate you reacting and responding. Also, like, I love seeing where you guys are listening from. Because, you know, I'm just sitting here in my office. You could call it a podcast studio, but it's really just my guest room / office. But I don't know where you are. And someone was like, I had a headache and I was in bed, like just in the dark. And I was like, oh, some people were walking or driving. And send me a picture or something, or story it or something and tell me where you're listening from. Because then I can envision you, you know, when you're out there and it's not just me talking into my mic. But anyway, how have you been? This week has been kind of crazy. We got more snow in New Hampshire. Guys, I don't know about you. I'm just ready for spring. I'm so ready, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'm only going to complain a little bit about it. It's just I like to walk every morning by the beach. Actually, somebody asked about that in listener questions, so I'll get to that later. But it's been kind of messing me up, you know, the cold and the snow and everything. So I just love spring. I'm ready for it. But also, guys, where is Nancy Guthrie? I cannot this week with... Maybe by the time this comes out, they will have found her. But you know, I was hung up on this last week. I'm still hung up on it. She's still missing. Savannah Guthrie's mom. What? I love all these videos now. My algorithm is just like, Nancy Guthrie, where is she? Where's Nancy? We're going out to find Nancy on our own since no one else is finding her. It's like all these middle-aged women who are just like, we're going to solve this. And that's me, guys. It can't be that hard. Something's fishy. Something doesn't smell right. I love a conspiracy, but bring Nancy home. Bring her home, okay? Here's a little overview of what we're going to talk about today on the podcast, just so you have an idea, okay? I'm going to tell you about what's been going on, what's going on in life, and then I'm going to give you a top 5 list of something that was recommended by a listener. I'm also, later on, I'm going to share a new song I've never shared with anyone. And I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to that part of the podcast. But there is music on this one. And I'm going to answer some of your questions that you guys sent in. Thank you. And obviously leave you with some parting words again for your dose, you know, your Jill Pill dose of the week. So that's what's going to happen. Okay. So I've been it's funny this week. People are like, have you been watching the Olympics? And what's your favorite? You know, I really haven't. I know it's on. I'm more of a Summer Olympics person by nature. I did grow up loving Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya, well, not loving Tanya Harding, but the Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan story. I wrote a letter to Nancy Kerrigan after she got her knee smashed because she was from Massachusetts and I wanted to be a figure skater. If you've ever seen me, you'd be like, really? I have no grace, no... I mean, I'm an athlete. I played basketball and volleyball. I played a lot of sports and stuff, but anything with dance or figure skating, no. I could barely stay up on the ice, but Nancy Kerrigan was everyone's hero, right? At that moment. And so anyway, all that to say, I do like the Olympics, but I've found this week when it's time, if I have time to sit down and watch TV and I decide to do that, I'm watching the Nancy Guthrie coverage, guys. I can't get enough of it. Or I'm watching a show and not the Olympics. So maybe there's still time for me to get into it, but I'm not as compelled right now with the Olympics. I don't know why. I'm sorry if that's offensive to you. But yeah, it's just the dead of winter right now, you know? The Olympics I should watch them. They should bring me a little hope. I did have the Super Bowl to watch, which was The worst, really, honestly. It was the worst unless you were a Seahawks fan. And congrats to the Seahawks fans. I'm not going to be a sore loser. Like, my New England Patriots laid an egg. They laid a huge egg. And that's okay. We're young and it's fine. We've won a bunch. I wasn't really that emotionally invested in it this year, the way that I have been in the past. But really, did we have to have just a crappy game all the way around? It was just so boring. I was invested and it was boring. And then I know everyone wants to talk about the halftime show. This isn't a hot take or anything. I was just too kind of like wired about how bad the Patriots were playing to really, because I was like one of the few people in the country that cared about the game. You know, I know it was most people are like, I don't care about either team. I'm here for the snacks. I'm here for Bad Bunny or whatever. So I really it wasn't that I like loved or hated the halftime show. I just was too like, I was looking at Twitter, like, what are people saying? Is Drake's shoulder hurt? You know? And I watched the halftime show and I don't know Bad Bunny's music. So I wasn't like, yes. And I wasn't like, no. I just was kind of like indifferent. That's not like any kind of statement I'm making. I just was more worried about the football, you know? The only person I knew on there was Lady Gaga, which Lady Gaga makes me laugh. Someone was like, couldn't you at least sing Alejandro? I do love Alejandro. Lady Gaga story for you. People ask a lot, like, have you met so-and-so? And so people want to know if I've ever met Lady Gaga. And yes, I mean, not like, it wasn't like a meaningful meeting. It's not like she's like, oh yeah, I remember you. No, we were playing a show in Boston with Kelly. I mean, if you know me on here, you know, I sang with Kelly Clarkson for 6 years and toured a lot with her. So if you don't know that, sorry, there you go. That's how I have met a lot of these random artists and stuff. But we did a show in Boston and Lady Gaga was like brand new. What was her first song? Oh, it was like Just Dance. Ba-da-da-da-da. You know that one? That was like, it was like her first, it was probably like Paparazzi. Da-da-da. No, that's Alejandro. Whatever. Paparazzi. All that era, you know? You're welcome for all of those little tidbits. Anyway, we're doing a show in Boston. Lady Gaga was opening for Kelly. I don't remember what venue it was. It might have been like a Jingle Ball type. I don't remember what this show was, but whatever. It's something. Lady Gaga's opening and she walks around the corner in the hallway and she is wearing this like bubble plastic dress. I can't even call it a dress, costume, outfit, ensemble. Like she can't move. Like she's like waddling down the hallway and like you can't even, we're like, hi. You can't even shake her hand or anything because like I don't know how she plays the piano in some of this stuff. Like I don't know how she functions in some of these outfits she wears. But anyway, we met her, like we said hi. Does that count as meeting Lady Gaga? I don't know, but sure. We were in the same hallway and said hello. But you couldn't interact with her because she's in a bubble dress, you know? And I'm just, I'm not a like, I feel like people are going to get so annoyed with me on here. I'm not a huge Lady Gaga fan. I don't hate Lady Gaga. I'm just kind of like it's not my thing, but it is what it is. Okay. I will say I did enjoy Charlie Puth's anthem. I thought he did a great job. Brandi Carlile. This is the thing about the watching the Super Bowl with my dad and my brother. That's what I do when the Patriots are in it because we all watch the football together. Like my brother, like I didn't tell this on the podcast, but my brother's a huge Patriots fan and my dad. And so we watch the games together. Ever since I moved back here, I'll watch it with them. And especially when the Super Bowl is on, we're going to watch it together. And like no one else can be there. Like not on my accord, but like they are like very serious about it. But I also enjoy, and I love the football, but I also enjoy like the pregame stuff and like the music. And I was like, okay, guys, I want to see the anthem. Like that's important to me. And they're like watching some golf tournament right up to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, guys, I want to see Brandi Carlile sing America the Beautiful or whatever. And they're like, well, it's a playoff in the golf tournament. I'm like, guys, please. And I'm like, why am I even here? I should have just stayed home and watched the stuff I want to watch and then go over there to watch the football. But anyway, I did get them to turn it for the anthem. I mean, that's like what I do. You know what I mean? I'm like, let me have that. You can watch the golf or go upstairs and watch it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just being a brat. I thought Charlie Puth did a great job. I think that's like the hardest. I would never want to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Kelly did it one year when I was working for her and she nailed it, of course. But like so much pressure, right? To sing that. Oh, I would hate it. Like everything is scrutinized. Every little note, every little move. I hate singing the national anthem. I mean, I love my country. But like I've only sung it a few times. But we did it at this 5K in Nashville once. And it was like 7 a.m. And I was like, I am setting myself up for failure here. It's a really hard song. It's like the sound sucks. Like, I never want to sing the anthem. People who sing the anthem, I have so much respect for because it's a really not easy. And the nerves get to you and it's just no. So anyway, I thought Charlie did a good job. All that to say, that was the Super Bowl. It was a little bit disappointing, but we can move forward. All right, we'll move on. It's Valentine's Day. Well, it already passed. It's Valentine's weekend. Okay, I don't mind Valentine's Day. Do you guys like Valentine's Day? I'm not like anti-Valentine's Day. I'm just like whatever. I'm like very single right now. And I actually love being single. So it's not like I'm not in a like, oh, I'm moping around about Valentine's Day. Honestly, well, we can get into that another time. I like being single. Like I like that I don't have any pressure for Valentine's Day this year. You know, it's just like whatever. And when you like, honestly, many of my close friends have recently gotten divorced. I've walked them through that. I'm not like sitting around crying about being single on Valentine's Day. I love love. I'm kind of sentimental. I love love. I'm here for it. Like I love all the red candy and hearts and flowers. That's all fine with me. I know some people are like, it's a made up holiday for consumption, which okay, but like we need little things in this winter time that kind of lift our spirits, you know, even if it's just like red and pink and candy. I'll take it. I will literally take it. It's so depressing right now, like the dead of winter, and everyone I know is just depressed. So I'm okay with Valentine's Day. Let's love, 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 love. Okay, but I have to say, this has always bugged me, and it's like, I know people are going to get so mad about this because they're big fans of this, but I'm not a big Galentine's Day person. I know that it started on Parks and Rec, and so there's like a thing where if you're a big Parks and Rec, isn't it Parks and Rec? I think it is. I watched it, but I wasn't like a stan. Anyway, I know that it started there and but I just feel like there's something about Galentines that just gives me like the ick. I don't know why. I'm just like, ooh. Now I will say this. If you're having a Galentine's party and you're excited about it and you're my friend and you invite me, I'm coming. Okay. I'll dress in my pajamas or whatever and eat the food and do all the things. And I'm not going to like crap on your Galentine's party. I just think it just gives me a little like, ooh, I just don't like the word. I don't know why. It's just a weird thing. I'm just not a gallant. You can try to convince me I'm wrong. I love my girlfriends. I like the idea of it. I just don't like the word really. I think it's like the Galentines. I don't know. It just gives me the ick. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh man. I mean, like every day is Galentine's, you know? No, I can't even say that because I just hate the word. I just hate the word, guys. You know what I am a sucker for, though? I am a sucker for Dunkin' Donuts Valentine's donuts. Like the heart-shaped brownie batter donut with the sprinkles on it that are like XO. All day, guys. All day. The munchkins with the rainbow pink and red sprinkles. All day. I don't even think they taste that good. Like Dunkin' Donuts donuts are not the best, but I am a sucker. I'm a total sucker for a heart-shaped donut with like, maybe it's the red and pink. I think I'm just into the red and pink, guys. I'm easy to please. All right. I will search that brownie batter donut down. I have gone 3 different times in the last like 3 weeks to Dunkin' Donuts and tried to get a brownie batter donut. And they were sold out early. Like, I mean, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, probably 9 o'clock. I think you need to get them at like 6 in the morning because I think they're kind of a big deal. And they're going to be gone soon. So I do need to get one. I mean, I don't really need one. But have you ever had one? They're pretty good. Anyway, I'm a sucker for Dunkin' Donuts and their marketing. What else has been going on? Honestly, I've loved hearing back from you guys about episode 1. A lot of Trader Joe's talk, a lot of Trader Joe's suggestions. Somebody sent me an episode of this podcast called Cult. I think it's called Cultish. No, what is it called? Oh, it's called Sounds Like a Cult. And there's a whole episode on the cult of Trader Joe's. So I'm not alone here, guys. I'm not alone. I haven't been back this week to Trader Joe's. I spread out my trips there because it's like, 1, I spend way too much money. 2, there's no self-checkout, So I can only take so many encounters with a Trader Joe's cashier. People approved of the word cashier, by the way. That was okay. All right. I have had so many great suggestions for you guys about segments you want on this podcast. And after episode 1, someone sent in that they thought I should do a top 5 every week and just pick a different category of top 5 things, which I actually love that. And I thought about like, what do I want to start with for top 5? And I feel like it only makes sense to do my top 5 New England states. There are only 6, but I have found as I've lived my life other places, people have very little knowledge about New England. Like if you're from here, you do know and you get it. But New England is like a mystery to people. It's an enigma. It's like, is it a state? People ask me all the time like, oh, New Hampshire, I didn't realize that was a state. I'm like, I mean, the best state. But anyway, not to give away anything here, but I felt like I should do my top 5. So buckle up here. We're going to get into some New England chatter, okay? And I'm not making it sound that appealing right now with like 2 feet of snow and freezing cold temperatures and all that, but it is a magical place. And I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge about New England. If you're from somewhere else, it's somewhere you should definitely visit. One of the best things about New England is you can hit up like 4 to 6 states easily in a day. And people from like Texas and stuff are like, what? You can't even drive through Texas in a day, No, I mean, I live 15 minutes from Massachusetts and like 5 minutes from Maine, and I'm in New Hampshire. So, and I can get to Vermont in like an hour. So all I'm saying, maybe a little more, but all I'm saying is like, you got to come up here. If you're like one of those people that knocks states off your list, this is the place to come because you're going to knock 6 off real easily. And really more because you can go to New York too. All right. I will tell you this too. I've hit almost every state. The only state I haven't been to is Alaska. And I feel like I really need to get there. It's like it's just that open tab for me, but it's very far away. And I'm not a winter person, like I told you. So I'm thinking an Alaskan cruise maybe at some point in my life is how I'll check that off the bucket list. All right. Anyway, back to top 5 New England states. First, let me just tell you the New England states in case you didn't know. All right. It's Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. Okay. Those are the New England states. Ever heard of them? Okay. They're all very small. Rhode Island is the smallest. I think it's the smallest. Is it smaller than Delaware? I don't know. I'm 99% sure Rhode Island is the smallest state. I'm just going to clock it. All right. I think that's true. Anyway, that being said, there's only 6 states, right? So I'm going to just give my honorable mention right away, number 6, to Rhode Island. It's no offense to Rhode Island. I think it's a beautiful state. And I spent some time there as a kid. I went to basketball camp there. Roger Williams University. What's up? Providence is great. And I don't mean to I just don't know it that well. I have spent the least amount of time in Rhode Island of all New England states. And so I'm putting that as number 6. I know this is a top 5, but being that there are only 6, I wanted to give it a little shout out. Okay. I'm sorry to anyone who lives there. There's only like 5 of you in the world that live there, in the state that live there. Anyway. Okay. We're going to count down. So number 5, I'm going to end with number 1. No spoilers, but you probably can guess. Okay. Number 5, I'm going with Connecticut as number 5. It was actually a toss-up whether Connecticut or Rhode Island was 5 or 6. Listen, my college roommate is from Connecticut. Barb, I'm sorry It's no offense. It's just okay. So what it's not that it's bad. I love all New England states. So anything that on this list, like you can't go wrong going to New England. Okay. So Connecticut's a lovely state. It's near New York, which is helpful if you just want to pop into the city. And one of the greatest things about Connecticut is it's where Gilmore Girls was based, Stars Hollow. And so people think of Gilmore Girls, they think of New England, they think of that, they think of Connecticut. And Connecticut is a lovely state. There are casinos. There's the University of Connecticut, great basketball programs. You know, I don't really know a lot about Connecticut. It's a little more out of New England states. It's going to be number 5 for me. Okay. Number 5. Number 4 is going to be Vermont. This might be surprising to some people. Oh, people don't get the difference between Vermont and New Hampshire. For one thing, Vermont doesn't have the ocean. So automatically it just goes down a notch in my book because I'm an ocean person. Vermont is stunning. Vermont is a beautiful state. The reason I put it 4 is because I'm not like a super crunchy person. And Vermont is super crunchy, like hippy dippy, you know. There's like very few chains and, you know, it's not that I don't like that. That's just not really who I am. I love Vermont. The skiing's great. The lakes are beautiful. If you're really outdoorsy and like a hiker and stuff, Vermont's for you. I promise. But all of New England is really for you. Vermont has like Ben and Jerry's. You can get right into Canada from Vermont. I mean, there's a lot of good things about Vermont. It is beautiful. The fudge, the maple fudge. It's hard for me to put these states in an order because I do love them all. But it doesn't have the ocean, and that's a big miss for me, okay? So that's Vermont. Number 3 for me is Massachusetts. Some people might put Massachusetts at the bottom, and some people might put it at the top. Clearly, you have Boston. It has to, like, that's the main pull of New England is Boston. That's where like the sports team are. That's our major city. Like everyone in New England says, if I meet you and you're from like California or I don't know, Arizona, Nancy, where are you? Anyway, if I meet you and you're from somewhere else, I'm going to tell you I'm from Boston, unless we're going to have a deeper conversation. And then I might say I'm from New Hampshire, but if it's just a quick like, oh, and where are you from? I'm going to be like, oh, Boston. I'm not. And that's going to make some Massachusetts and Boston people really mad. But you have to understand, like I said, people don't get it. They don't get that New Hampshire is even a thing. They're like, huh? So they get Boston. I mean, they hate it, right? But they get it. So sometimes you use that. Massachusetts has a lot of good. It has the Cape Cod and the islands. I spent a lot of time. I lived on Martha's Vineyard in college when I was studying music. I lived there multiple times. I have like a lot of history on Martha's Vineyard, so I love that. I went to college in Massachusetts at Gordon College, so, you know, I have a lot of ties there. It also has some really beautiful parts, like Western Massachusetts is super beautiful in the mountains and like the Berkshires. And then it has the coast. It has beautiful Cape Cod. I mean, it has the North Shore. It has Gloucester, you know, the Perfect Storm movie. There's a lot about Massachusetts to love. It also has high taxes and probably the most like a-holes of New England. You know, like we call them massholes. But I love my Mass people because they're just straight up who they are. And I can respect that. But they're a little rougher around the edges for sure. And so that's number 3, Massachusetts. I do love Massachusetts. I don't think I'd want to live there, even though I live like 20 minutes from there. Okay, moving on. Number 2, coming in hot, is Maine, the way life should be. That's their slogan. Well, their motto is like motto. It's vacation land and the way life should be. I always grew up knowing that it was the way life should be. In Maine, people might be surprised that I picked Maine as 2 and not Massachusetts, because Massachusetts does have a lot more going on, but Maine is a magical place. It truly is. The coastline of Maine and like all the way up is, you can't you can't make it up how beautiful it is. And there's great skiing in Maine. The people in Maine are like you might think, wow, Jill, like you live 5 minutes from Maine and you're talking about them like it's so different than New Hampshire. But it is. It's almost like how Europe is, like the countries are very different, even though they're small and right together. I feel like New England, well, it was like based off of Europe and England. Anyway, the states are very different here. It's not like you just can't lump it all in. Maine, it's known for lobster rolls, fishing. It's really more of the coastal, like it's really coastal, but it also has a lot of land that's not coastal. And you can also get to Canada from Maine. Well, you can get there from New Hampshire too. So anyway, Maine is beautiful. I do like Maine a lot. And you should go. Maine is a place, it's a state you should definitely visit. I'm trying to think of what else I love about Maine. I think Maine might just have like the most beauty. I don't know, guys, because at number 1, New Hampshire, my favorite New England state, it also has a lot of beauty. I love New Hampshire. Live free or die. New Hampshire's motto is live free or die. And we are just so hardcore here. Like, I feel like if you're from New Hampshire, you're just kind of like, you're just cut from a different cloth than anywhere else. And I just like that. It's like the little bit of like rebellion in me is kind of that live free or die. Like when we were kids, there was every state. This is not something like you're proud of necessarily, but every state it was like buckle your seatbelt till you're 18. In New Hampshire, we were like, no, 12 is fine. Like that's dumb. Like you should always buckle your seatbelt no matter your age. But New Hampshire's like, no, don't tell us what to do. At 12, we can decide if we want to buckle our seatbelt. Click it or ticket. Okay. And I just kind of like think I just kind of like it. I like the attitude here. We have 0 F's to give in New Hampshire. And we have mountains, we have lakes, we have the coast. We have no income tax. It's a great place to start a business. I mean, there's just a lot to love about New Hampshire. It's the granite state, okay? I grew up, there was granite everywhere. Granite front steps, granite in your backyard. There's just granite everywhere. Why is that good? I don't know, but I'm proud. I'm proud of being from New Hampshire. So I'm going to claim that. We also have the White Mountains, which are pretty spectacular. And I just think it's the elite New England state. One other thing I love about it, people love their vanity plates in New Hampshire. I love a good vanity plate. I have a whole series on Instagram about vanity plates that I like almost crash off the road trying to take pictures of really good vanity plates. Honestly, there's no better state in the whole country for vanity plates than New Hampshire. They're everywhere. You can't pass like 5 cars without seeing at least 2 vanity plates. So anyway, those are my top New England states, guys. Live free or die forever. But I'm a big fan of all of them. And I do love living here in that you can just like pop around to these different states and explore them. There's always like good things going on. And it's just beautiful. It really is beautiful up here. Not right now as much. If you like snow, I guess it is. But in the summer, there's nowhere I'd rather be. That's my top 5 for the week. I would love if you guys would send in some categories of top 5s you want me to cover, because it could be anything, literally. But sometimes I'm like, oh, what this week? So it's really helpful. I appreciate you guys giving me all this feedback and input because, like I said before, this is all of our podcast. So keep them coming. All right. Should I do listener questions right now or should I play my new song? I think I'm going to play the song. So here's the thing. I'm like a perfectionist sometimes with certain things, not everything. But when it comes to music, part of the reason like I haven't released a bunch of stuff, my solo stuff, part of it's just I don't have the time and the budget sometimes to record a full album. But I have tons of songs that are just like in my phone, in my head. And I'll like do little clips of them online sometimes. But I'm like, oh, I can't release it because it's not a good recording. But I feel like this is a safe space. I feel like the people who are here, you guys are like my people. So I can be like, hey, I'm going to just share some new music with you on here. And maybe it's a song I'll release eventually, or maybe I never will. And it's just like a little peek into, I don't know, my brain, or like hopefully maybe it resonates with you in some way. Hopefully this song doesn't really, because it's kind of depressing, but actually most of my music is a little depressing, but that's how I get it out. Anyway, I'm trying to work on that whole like done is better than perfect thing. You know how people say that? It's better to just get it out there and it be done than for you to like really craft it and make it perfect. And so I'm going to just play a really raw, it's just me with the acoustic guitar. It's nothing special. It's one take. And it's a song that I wrote. I'll tell you a little bit about the song. I wrote this a few months ago, and I was just like at this place where I was like, I just need to get away from everything. Everybody. Like everything's making me crazy. I just need some space. And it's not anyone's fault. It's just like, I need a minute. Life's been a lot. It's been heavy. Give me a minute. I'll be back when I'm ready. Like that's the whole message of the song. But it's not to be dramatic. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you just need a minute, whether you need like a break from social media or you need a break from your kids or your family or your job or whatever. So that's why I wrote this song. I was just like, give me a minute. And here it is. I don't know if I'll ever release it, but I'm going to put it here. And then if you like it and you decide you want the download of it, you can go to my website and grab it for free. It's I'll put it in the show notes here too, but takeajillpill.com/ready. And you just put your email in there and you'll get the song downloaded. This version that I'm about to play. Unreleased, untuned, unedited, all the things. Just kind of me sitting here with a guitar. So, it's like vulnerable. Okay, here it is. It's called When I'm Ready.
My feet are steady, but my eyes are heavy from all that I've seen in this life. I don't know the last time that I really let go and let myself cry. But I'll be strong for everyone that fall apart at home. Is it too much to say that I think I'd just rather be alone? 'Cause it's been a long road and I'm getting tired. I think that I might disappear for a while. I'll be okay, don't you worry about me. It's just the way that I've always been and I'll always be. I'll be back when I'm ready. When everything's moving a mile a minute and nobody knows how to stop. It feels like a prison and I'm stuck there in it. I can't find the keys to unlock. My tired mind that's trapped inside this never-ending loop. My feet need to land, put my head in my hands, and that's what I'm gonna do. 'Cause it's been a long road and I'm getting tired. I think that I might disappear for a while. I'll be okay, don't you worry about me. It's just the way that I've always been and I'll always be. I'll be back when I'm ready, and I don't know how long. It might be a day or it might be a month, whatever it takes. I'll be back when I'm ready. 'Cause it's been a long road and I'm getting tired. I think that I might disappear for a while. I'll be okay, don't you worry about me. It's just the way that I've always been, and I'll always be. I'll be back when I'm ready. I'll be back when I'm ready.
All right, that was that. If you want to download that so you like have the version that's not within the podcast, you can go to my show notes here and get the link to that. I'll put it on Instagram too. I'll try to do this every once in a while. I don't know how often, but let me know what you think. Let me know if you like getting songs like this or not. Because if you're like, I don't really care, we just want to hear you talk, that's fine too, and I won't. So I just want to do what you want, okay? I'm here to do whatever you want me to do. I'm your puppet. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's now move on to listener questions. I think this is one of my favorite things because it's like what you guys ask me and I'm like, okay, so someone wants to know this. First of all, okay, I wasn't even going to address this one, but it came in multiple times. And people ask me about my eyeliner. Like, hey, I know you love eyeliner. What do you use? Your eyeliner looks good. What do you use? I'm embarrassed because like, I'm not a makeup person at all. I do eyeliner is like my thing. Sometimes it's literally just like leftover from yesterday. Not anymore. When I was younger, I would do that a lot. Now I try to wash my face. When I was younger, I just did not care about that. So I always said like that because people would ask me, what's the secret to your eyeliner? I was like, the secret is yesterday's eyeliner and mascara just running down under my eyes. I try to do better now. Okay. My eyeliner, this is like 90% women that listen to this. So sorry to the guys. Hey, you can wear guy liner. So I'm not, whatever. But the eyeliner that I use is very simple. It's the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Smoldering Liner. I had to Google that. Don't think I know that off the top of my head. I kind of like that it says smoldering. Like, what a good word. Anyway, that's it. It's like a thick pencil from L'Oreal. It's like $10. I don't know. Thanks for even like saying that. I don't think I'm like not a makeup person. I mean, I wear makeup, but I'm not good at it. I just like, whenever we were touring all the time and stuff, Kate did my makeup and she's like a makeup artist. She's like really good at makeup and she would use some other eyeliner on me. I had to like learn how to do it myself because I would just, for all the shows, she would always do it. So I have a very simple, I just have a very simple makeup routine. But I do feel like I'm more myself when I have eyeliner on. So anyway, wow, guys. I couldn't believe there were multiple questions about that, but thank you. Next question. A more comfortable topic for me. Okay. You share almost every morning a photo you took while walking. Number 1, do you do anything with those photos? Number 2, what do those walks do to you? Is it for exercise, mental health? How do you choose where to go, or is it always the same spot? Good question. Firstly, about the photos. I don't do anything with those photos, and I feel like I should. I do have like a highlight. I do have highlights on my Instagram where I try to throw them in a highlight just because I like looking back at them. But I don't like print them out. Or somebody asked me to put a book together of them. They're like, I really want a book of those pictures. Like, I'm not a photographer. They're like literally just iPhone photos that I snap pretty much every morning of the same thing. But it's so beautiful and stunning there that like, I'm like, I have to take a picture of this. I have to document how beautiful this is. Somebody actually, one person, I don't know if you listen to this podcast, but someone on Instagram sent me a watercolor that they did based off of one of the photos I took. And I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I just really appreciate living here, living near the water. I grew up here, so the water is like in me. It's like, I'm a Pisces too, so I feel like I'm just like a water lover. But I just take the pictures, I don't know, every day. It's just like, I need to document it. And I don't know, maybe I'll make a little photo book of them. I should print some out and like put them around my house even, which I haven't even done that. So no, it's not like I have a big goal and plan for these photos. I just take them and I post them. A lot of what I do, I'm a type B person, guys. I don't think through a lot of the things I do. I just do them, like this podcast. Like, here we are. No, So those are the photos. Number 2, the question was, what do those walks do for you? Is exercise, mental health? Yes, yes. Where do you go? Okay. I started doing these walks early in the morning a couple of years ago. At the time, I was taking care of my mom full time. My mom has dementia. I mentioned that in the other episode, but in case you missed that. So I was her pretty much full-time caretaker other than overnights. And so and I also had a lot of other personal stuff going on in my life that was just, it was just a rough time in my life. That's an understatement. But anyway, the time that I had to myself was early mornings. That's really it. And then the rest of the day I was caring for my mom. My dad had a big surgery. I was taking care of both of them for a season. And the only time I had to myself was early mornings. So I started walking. I think I was in therapy and my therapist was like, you need to do something for yourself. You need something that's like your own. And that was really at the time all I could do. Like I could get up early and I could go to my favorite place, which is by the ocean, and just walk. And I could think, or I could listen to music or a podcast or pray or like whatever I needed to do to kind of ground myself. That's what I would do. So I got into the habit of it. I just started going every day and it was like my time that I had. And it just became such a ritual for me. When I don't do it now, it's like I'm out of sorts. Like even this winter, it's been really snowy and cold and icy, and the place where I go, which I'll get to, there's like, it's paths. It's like a state park basically. So there's like woods and paths and they're along the coast and through the woods, and it's all snow. We got, it's like 2 feet of snow right now. So I can't really walk in there. So now I have to do the road, which is fine, but it's also like freezing. It's just not the same. So when I don't get to do it, I feel like I'm like out of balance, but yeah, I go to pretty much the same place every day and try to see the sunrise if I can, especially in the summer. I know it's really early, but then I get a good jump on my day too. And then I can work and feel like I already, grounded myself and got out there a little bit. So, yeah, it's for exercise. It's for getting out of my house early. And because I work for myself, I work from home. So like, it's also really helpful for me to just get out of my house first thing in the morning and like get going. But honestly, bottom line, it's so I don't have mentee bees. Mentee bees are mental breakdowns, in case you're not a cool kid. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's the walks. That's it. Mostly it's just my solitude time of just like being kind of woo-woo. I told you I'm more woo-woo than I used to be. So thank you for asking that. I hope that answers everything. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend like any kind of routine you can do for yourself, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be like early morning or whatever, but something kind of ritualistic like that. That sounds so like, I don't like that word, ritualistic, but it's just a habit. It's a habit now for me. So I love it. It keeps me sane. And hello. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful there. It's my favorite place in the whole world. Okay, next question. I did get a lot of Kelly Clarkson questions, which is always the case because you guys want to know a lot about that. I'll do an episode where I tell you my story about working with Kelly and all of that. But if you want, you can go listen. I was on the Miss Inda podcast. They're an awesome podcast. Pam and Jeremy and Rob. Hey, sometimes Rob. They have a whole podcast that's like a Kelly Clarkson fan podcast. And I think it was like almost 2 years ago now, they interviewed me for that. So if you want to hear kind of my story about working for Kelly and a lot more detail about that, start there. Start by listening to that podcast. It's called Miss Inda Podcast. And I think you could just search my name with it, Jill Pickering, and you can find that episode. Anything you didn't get to know from that, then I can talk about on here. I'll do an episode about that and how that all came to be, because a lot of people are asking that. So we'll get there. Okay. One more question from a listener. All right. As a kid, did you ever get caught listening to off-limits music? What did you get in trouble for? Ooh, I love this. Okay. My mom had like no clue about music. Like she one time told me, hey, Jill, like she was like, worried about what I was listening to, but she didn't like know any of it. So she'd hear from her friends. Like she one time told me, I heard that you should not listen to this Marilyn Mason person. She was talking about Marilyn Manson, which if you know me at all, like the last artist I would listen to is Marilyn Manson to start. Like she didn't know, she had no clue. I have zero interest in Marilyn Manson. But she was like, I heard Marilyn Mason, you shouldn't listen to her stuff. And I was like, okay, mom, I'm good. So I feel like my parents were kind of out of touch with that stuff. And I was a pretty good kid. I didn't like go crazy. I wasn't doing anything way off limits, but my very first CD was Boys to Men, the 2 album. And there were some songs on there, like, that are a little more adult when you're in like 6th or 7th grade. I mean, it's nothing really compared to what's out there now, probably. But definitely like On Bended Knee or like I'll Make Love to You. Those were a little risque. There was some stuff that I feel like Twisted by Keith Sweat. There were some songs that I was really into like R&B. I loved Brian McKnight. Oh my gosh. I loved Brian McKnight and all that kind of stuff. So that was the stuff I would get. But my mom one time, she would get confused with like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. And she'd be like, she called them like the Backseat Boys, and she just had no clue. And so I would be like, okay, mom, I won't listen to that, but I could kind of get away with whatever. But I didn't listen to anything too crazy. But that's a great question. What did you listen to that got you in trouble? Oh man. The main thing I got in trouble for as a kid, honestly, was just like avoiding what my parents would tell me to do. They'd be like, hey, put the clothes away. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm doing that. And then I just wouldn't do it. And it wasn't anything I wasn't like a rebel or anything, but I would procrastinate, and they would be like, or my brother always made fun of me because when it was time to like clean up the table after dinner and stuff, I would go play the piano, like play some like, my brother always would be like, she's going to go play like a Christian song and try to make mom like happy that she's playing a Christian song. And so she's going to get away with not doing the dishes. And I probably did do that. I would use my music as my weapon. I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to play a little song here. And I would get away with not doing the dishes. So it was a little sneaky, but there's worse things you can do. It paid off for me. All right. Anyway, thanks for the questions. As always, I'll sign off with some parting words. This episode's a little bit longer today. One of my biggest complaints that I got is you guys said you wanted it to be a little longer, which I guess is a good problem to have. It's just like, how much can I talk about? I mean, you got to keep your topics coming so that I have enough to cover so I can make these a little longer. Because people are like, it didn't cover my commute. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best that I can. All right. Parting words, all right, is your weekly dose, your prescription for the week. Here it is. You don't have to figure everything out right now. All right? Like, I had a lot of conversations this week with people who are like trying to change careers or figure out where their kids are going to go to school or if they're going to move or like all of these things that are happening. And when you try to like solve life's problems like that, it can feel like, well, I need to know every single step right now. I need to know what I'm going to do. I need to know where I'm going to live. And like, it's impossible. And it's very overwhelming. And you don't need to figure it all out right now. I'm really big right now on like baby goals. Okay. Baby steps. If you haven't seen What About Bob, baby steps. All right. Also a movie based in New Hampshire. Just saying. Lake Winnipesaukee. Oh, that's another thing New Hampshire has, Lake Winnipesaukee. Anyway, so all that to say, even this morning, I was on the phone with my best friend and I was like, I'm really just feeling like I don't know how I'm going to get anything done today. Like I'm overwhelmed. I don't know about this and that and the other. And she was like, okay, set really small goals for yourself. Like, do you have an email you need to reply to? Do that. Like, and check it off. You don't have to like figure out you don't have to figure it all out right now. You don't have to do everything today. And that was really freeing for me. You don't have to figure it all out right now. Just do like one little thing. And then like be kind to yourself and be like, wow, that was good. You did a good job. I think we're too hard on ourselves, guys. I think we have to do it all and be everything to everyone and like fix other people's problems while we're fixing our own. And we can't do it. We can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe you can, but you don't have to figure it all out right now. Just like whatever it is in front of you, find one little thing, one little part of it that you can do and do that. And then the next thing will come. Okay. So you don't have to figure it all out right now. And I think that's very freeing to remember. So there you go. Take that away. Put that in your pipe and smoke it this week. All right. Thank you again for listening. If you want to download the song that I played called Ready, or maybe it's called When I'm Ready, I don't know. Tell me what you think. If you like it or hate it, you can go to takeajillpill.com. Can you believe I got that website? I can't either. takeajillpill.com/ready. And you can download that song. Just put your email in and you can download it. If you want to follow me, you can do that at Jippy Music or Take a Jill Pill Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. And if you want to leave a rating and review, you can do that as well. Or share this with a friend that you think might like it. That'd be so nice. That would be so great. And I appreciate that so much. And I'm just having fun with this. I'm glad you're here. I hope you have a great week. And we'll talk next time. Okay? All right. Be good. Take a Jill pill. Bye.